players, but a couple to celebrate, Jacob McPike and Brendan Pipitone. And then along with that, we also have 4 cheerleaders, Kaylee Murray, Jenna May Ellis, Emily Murray, and Katie Schrader. But, so, 4 members. It's a little thin compared to the amount of class of 2024 that's been on these teams in the past, but all key members of both squads. You know, go to the basketball team, the 2 who are pulled up right now are the only 2 sophomores who are on that sectional finalist team in 2022. So, a lot of key guys here, and girls for the cheer squad too.
Yeah, it's always awesome honoring the student athletes in this situation, all the hard work, all the dedication from not just this season, but the years prior. It's always great. It's a pretty good crowd here already tonight for that, to honor them, have everybody out. And like you mentioned, Dylan, some key members dating back to, like you mentioned, the team a couple of years ago, and obviously stuck through and everything. And what an awesome night to honor these individuals.
Next up, Katie Schrader.
So we go through the cheerleaders still at the moment, Dylan.
Katie started cheering in youth, and she's cheered at all 3 levels for Calmac.
So we'll keep it here with the PA announcer as we go through the members of the senior class.
NCAA cheer camp for all American cheerleader this past summer. Katie enjoys helping coach our youth flag team. Katie plans to attend Butte College this fall for business and hopefully continue her cheerleading career in college. Katie's favorite cheer memories are winning leagues, winner last season, and Coach Sadie's birthday at every team dinner. Her words of wisdom are, don't try to be perfect, just try to be better than you were yesterday. Katie would like to thank her parents for their support. She would also like to thank her coaches for pushing her to work hard and be the best she can be. Thanks to her teammates over all the years of being one of her favorite parts of school. And thanks to her stunt group. They've worked together to try new skills and continuously improve. And last for the 2024 class on our varsity cheerleading team is Kylie Murray. Kylie is escorted by her mom Erica and her dad Mitch.
And her brothers Jacoby and her sister Elena. Grandpa Mike, Grandma Donna, and her boyfriend James. Kylie plays on the varsity tennis team, varsity lacrosse, and has cheered 4 seasons on varsity cheer. Kylie also coaches youth cheerleading. Kylie is earned first team all-league cheerleader, and she's also second all-league selection, and has won league cheer championships with her team last season. Kaylee plans to attend Buffalo
Upstate next year, majoring in health wellness and competing in acrobatics and tumbling. Kaylee's favorite cheer moment is staying overnight at Union Icon winning leagues for the first time in 7 years. For words of wisdom, our flux capacitor is what makes time travel possible. Kaylee would like to thank her parents for all the support over the years, pushing her to be her best. She would also like to thank her coaches for constantly devoting time and effort to develop her skills. Let's give it up for our 2024 varsity Red Raider cheerleaders. And in the other corner of our, here we go, senior night for our boys Red Raiders. Starting out with Brendan Pipitone.
He's accompanied by Mom Lori, his dad Todd, his sister Kirsten, Grandpa Terry, and Nana Bella. He's been in the program for, he's been playing since first grade. And his favorite memory is making the sectionals his sophomore year. His future plans, Brendan is planning on attending Utica to play collegiate baseball and pursue a degree in physical education and coaching.
His departing words and thank yous are, he would like to thank God for giving him this opportunity to play. He would like to thank his family members for always being supportive through every moment, every high and low.
His teammates for always having his back and supporting him. He'd like to thank his coaches for pushing him to be the best he can be
scary. He knows your potential, and he wants you to be the best you can be, so don't take it to heart.
Be coachable. Become close to the team because it's the best friend group you can be a part of. Have fun. Make as many memories as possible while you can because it comes to an end quickly. And that puts the end to our 2024 Red Raider cheerleaders boys basketball team. I think they're going to want a big picture of the varsity basketball players and the cheerleaders together.
All right, welcome back in, everybody. Paul Russo and Dylan Gilmore here with you as senior night festivities wrap up. Dylan, like we said, awesome stuff here for these group of student athletes. So before we head out here for just a moment, quick reminder, Midlakes and Paul Mack here coming up in just a few moments. We'll be stepping aside here while warm-ups keep going. The mandated 15 minutes on the clock. So we'll jump back in here in about 5 minutes for our pregame festivities. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here in a few moments.
right, so at this time we'll pause and pay respects to our country with the national anthem. Welcome back in, everybody. Paul Russo, Dylan Gilmore here with you as starting lineups are about to get going from Palmyra Macedon High School. It's the visiting team, Midlakes Screaming Eagles, will get introduced here first. Dylan mentioned a couple guys already throughout the pregame here, but take a look at the starting lineup here. Certainly the two names to pay attention in my mind for Midlakes, definitely senior guard Kyle Kumke and the big guy down low, senior Rowan Lane.
Yeah, he was just everyone on this court looked little, so, and especially against this Palmac team. Like we said in pregame, they're going to want to look to get into him and see what he can do.
See Rowan Lane there taking the court. Now Palmac, they're ready to go and get going for their starting five. Take a look there on the board. It's the senior. We'll get going first with Jake McPike.
And for Palmac, you said that there are two players to look out for, Kumke and Lane for Palmac. It's been recent games. Leos did really good against Minders, and Bauer off the bench, you know, in these struggling games. Bauer's been a key piece off the bench, being able to put up points. Put up 24 that crushing defeat against Newark. It was so close, but put up 24. So we'll see if he can give some instant offense here. But the starting lineup, Leo's had some great games. Mayer shoots it well. Young and McPike, consistent pieces from last year. And Pipitone's the shooter, but he's been kind of off in these past few games, so good games coming from him.
Yeah, take a look back at the last game, for example, Brady Leo, Logan Bauer, and Kari Young leading the way points-wise for Palmac against Minders, that overtime loss. Kumke, Ranger, and Lane, the guys look forward to their leading scores against Waterloo. Last time it will be Lane going up against McPike, and admittedly it is a little bit comical kind of looking at it from this standpoint. We're ready here in the booth, players ready on the floor, officials ready, ball in the air, and we're underway as Midlakes will control the tip, and Diallo Lewis will run floor general duties as first possession for the Screaming Eagles.
Palmac right into that 3-2 that they love to run.
Bit of the standard for the Red Raiders here of recent year. Diallo will pitch and catch with Nurse.
Great job moving, too.
Diallo Lewis will get on the board first tonight. Little running floater. And Red Raiders coming back the other way in short order. Up quickly here, three-pointer on the way. Banging in by Braden Leo.
Yeah, quick looks that Palmac's going to want to get and make early.
So that half-court zone defense now goes into a full-court zone defense, and Midlakes struggling to get above court, and now they finally do in about the nick of time there. As now Kumke will run possession and point, dumps it in for Ranger, and then back to Kyle.
Yeah, Palmac loves to run that 2-2-1 right into the 3-2, and the pressure on that 2-2-1 a lot of the times will cause turnovers. 5
seconds on the shot clock. Kumke with the three, answers back.
Yeah, gonna be right back from the three. Kumke. Looks like this one might be a high-scoring battle.
Kari Young will hand it off Pipitone, or rather Mayer, and we'll have our first foul of the game. As Midlakes will be able to get the turnover, and that foul will go against Brandon Leo for Palmyra Maston, his team's first of the quarter.
That's so Midlakes, 2 offensive possessions, 2 baskets. We're going to see if they can keep that going.
There's that zone D. There you go. Now they find down low. He throws it down, but traveled first. We almost had Rowan Lane with the one-hand slam. Pretty easy for him down low. Yeah, he walked first.
Yeah, that was a great job by Mayer and McPike down low. Mayer doing his best at Baldwin Isle. He's been playing big man for a while now in his career, playing on shorter teams, so he's used to guarding guys way taller than him and having to deny them the ball. You could see there.
Midlakes in the zone defense of their own, a bit more of a traditional 2-3 from them at the moment. Now it looks like they were settling into a man kind of hybrid style.
Yeah, very difficult to play unless you run it right. When you do run it right, it's
Pipitone swings it for McPike. 3-pointer away for him, no good. Rebound by Kunke.
Yeah, Lane, hard to shoot over him.
Cal running the point again for the Screaming Eagles. Drives through and an inadvertent dump off for Lane, and his lane go be no good. Here comes Paul Mack, wasted no time. Up quickly to McPike, give the assist to Carter Young.
Yeah, so Palmack still hasn't scored out of the offensive, out of the half court yet, so let's see if they can get it going. The Midlakes defense doing a good job here.
Lewis with it, and he'll dump it in to Ranger. Ranger works free throw line extended. Back to Kunke, and drives through, and laying good for the lefty. Answers back, and Midlakes with the lead again.
Yeah, tough layup, and Palmack, you don't want to let Kunke get going here.
Or rather, that's going to be a long 2 from Leo. Just from inside the 3-point arc, 7-7 all, so a lot of scoring early on. Palmack sells back into that zone full court, and now sell into the half. And our travel here, so a couple turnovers by Midlakes in the zone defense.
Yeah, you said a lot of scoring, but Palmack still hasn't gotten a good offensive possession together. It's all been in transition. This Midlakes hybrid 2-3 has been running very well so far.
Yeah, kind of like dial up a little bit here from my own NBA knowledge. Kind of like what the Heat kind of run every now and then in a way, that hybrid zone to man style. Yeah. That's what they're in right now.
Yeah, kind of hard to teach high schoolers that, but looks like they're doing a really good job switching here.
Yeah, Leo trying to find a way through, and pass goes wide. Midlakes ball coming the other way, intended for Shane Mayer. And we'll have our first timeout of the game, first break in the action. It's going to be a timeout called by Coach Sanders. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. This live presentation of high school basketball on FingerLakes1.com is made possible thanks to the support from the following sponsor, Generations Bank. Generations Bank has been serving the financial needs of the Finger Lakes region since 1870. Generations combines the best of modern banking with dedication to our local communities. Where you're looking for a checking account, CDs, a home improvement loan, you name it, we have what you need. We are committed to serving and giving back to our communities. Visit us online at mygenbank.com. Generations Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Midlakes breaking the huddle first. Same 5 out on the floor for them. It'll be the same 5 on the floor for Midlakes. So we'll see the Red Raiders back into that full court zone.
And if you're Midlakes, this is just the start you want. Get that Palmack offense that's been struggling, agitated early.
Done a pretty good job with it, and right there's will be a turnover because of that zone. Red Raider ball.
Yeah, that Palmack 2-2-1, the high press, so effective at causing turnovers.
That's pretty key. I mean, we've mentioned a little bit about that size disadvantage, but that's something to keep an eye on. If or just probably high pressure as best they can. McPike with it, nice little up fake and through, but no good on the jumper. Rebound to Lane, he'll hand it off through to Ranger, now to Kumke.
Something that's going to be interesting is if Palmack's going to be in that high press, is if they're going to look to, Midlake's going to look to get it to Lane early.
Yeah, no good on the runner there by Ranger, and here comes the Red Raiders the other way. Merhat, it looks like he kind of landed awkwardly. We'll have official timeout to check on him. Hopefully he's all right.
And Mayer right before the timeout, hamstring shook up, and now they're gonna sub him out.
Yeah, a couple subs coming in here. Ryan Caffin will come in for Mayer, and Carter Young will check out as Logan Bauer comes in for him.
Yeah, there's Palmack bench now only 8 deep with Cameron Quick being slid back down to the JV. It's important that these two subs, Bauer and Caffin, really stand out and Bauer's really stood out this season, becoming instant offense whenever he comes on the court.
Yeah, there you see it right away. Jumper good from the elbow. The inverse announcer's jinx by Dylan Gilmore, everybody.
Yeah, but you could already see there, this Palmac offense is struggling in the half court. They just got it to Bauer and get out of the way and see if that's the spark they need to get something going.
Yeah, perfect example of it right there. Nice little work quickly there by the Red Raiders. Little runner, no good from Leo. And rebound by Midlakes. And the Screaming Eagles coming back the other way. Lewis with it, dumps into Lane. Lane's layup is good.
Yeah, and I mean, what are you going to do there?
Yeah.
Lane is just so tall.
Have a couple substitutions as well for Midlakes at the next dead ball spot. Caffin with it, takes a dribble. I think it's going to be a long distance too, no good long. Rebound, good job there by Pepitone, and finds Bauer and in.
Yeah. It's quickly able to see that you're inbounds and pass it to the guy wide open for a layup. Good play by Pepitone.
Kumke able to split the defense, now into Lane on the block. Good job down low by the Red Raider defense on him. Swings it over, Kumke with it now. Launches it, three-pointer on the way, no good long from Nurse. And we'll have a foul the other way as Lane did not have position. I would call it over the top, which is what it is, but kind of easy for that to happen.
Yeah, especially when McPike there is so good at establishing positioning. I thought they were going to call it on McPike for not jumping when he came down, but kept his positioning. Good job there.
James Sprague and Nicholas Curran come in for Midlakes. They got Lane and Lewis. Here comes Palmac quickly. Caffin with it. Jumper no good. Long rebound Kumke. And here come the Screaming Eagles. Kumke lefty running with it. Senior guard, captain of the team. Will take a long distance two. Dialed up, no good long. And rebound brought in there. Pepitone. He'll find quickly. Power up court. Red Raiders do have numbers. Little floater, no good. Rebound, second chance. And blocked. Caffin had it and give the block to Caden Ranger.
Yeah, Ranger playing strong in the paint with Lane subbed out.
Bauer inbounder goes McPike, and now reset with Leo. Back to the inbounder of Bauer. His three-pointer no good. Rebound Kumke.
It's going to be key that Midlakes rebounds with Lane on the bench. Here you go, they're already doing it.
Three-pointer from Midlakes, no good long. Rebound, though, in by Jackson Nurse on the board for the first time tonight, the junior.
Yeah, and on the opposite, you can't give up second chance points when Lane's not on the floor if you're Palmac.
Fast-moving first quarter here. Bauer turnaround jumper, no good. Ball tipped around, ends up in the hands of Leo. He'll take the three-pointer and in. Braden Leo, 8 points on the quarter, 2 from deep.
Yeah, early on here, Leo's been the one to put up points. Last game, he had 15. This game's already got half of that in the first.
All right, there's a little bit of example, Dylan, of what you were talking about, where it was a missed jumper there from Nurse, and we'll have Carson Ribstein coming in.
Yeah, Carson Ribstein, a freshman on this team. The issue with height being addressed by pulling him up.
Kumke with the three-pointer, no good long, and rebound brought in by Bauer. One thing I've noticed, Bauer, you mentioned him coming off the bench, but he looks up quickly. Hands off for Pepitone. Finds Caffin driving through baseline. He launches a little floater and it's in.
And Caffin had 19 last time these two teams faced off, so we'll see if what he can do with Lane on the bench here. It's gonna be buckets are gonna be hard to come inside across this game, so you got to take advantage whenever you can.
Ranger with it down low in the post, met there by Caffin. We'll have a foul. They'll get Caffin with it. That'll be his first, team second on the quarter. And Lewis will check back in, and Nathan Lathrop will come in for the first time for Midlakes. They'll get Nurse and Sprague.
So Midlakes, this will be a big possession here as Palmac will likely take the last shot.
It's interesting, though. Midlakes no shot clock, and that's going to waste no time. Lewis with the runner, no good long, and rebound brought in by Pepitone. He'll hand it off there. I think even the intended target was Bauer. Now it ends up in his hands after Leo. Back now, 15 on the clock. Draining a lot of clock here. Palmac definitely go try and get the last possession for sure.
Trying to deny Bauer the ball. Midlakes clearly did their homework.
Uses a screen from Ribstein. Back out to Leo now, and his shot kind of blocked quasi, I think, and that'll do it for the first quarter of action here from Paul Mack. 16-11, the Red Raiders up over the Eagles. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on FingerLakes1.com and the Paul Mack Athletics YouTube channel.
Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant. Order online at cicinos.com. Live, laugh, and eat well. It's the Italian way. DeSanto Propane. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane. Rosselli Northern, supporting local construction since 1929 with premium products and quality service.
Welcome back in here on FingerLakes1.com and the Paul Mack Athletics YouTube channel. Paul Russo, Dylan Gilmore here with you. Thanks for tuning in no matter where you are tonight. We'll break in the freeze this past week here. Happy to make the trip up without having to worry about the car going anywhere. But 16-11, the Red Raider advantage over the Screaming Eagles right now as the Midlakes squad breaks the huddle first from the quarter. It'll be Paul Mack ball to begin the second quarter of action. And same 5 out for each team that ended the quarter. Well, not quite. We have a couple new faces on the Midlakes side of things. We'll get them when we are able to get a chance. Car Young with it, hands it off for Bauer. Here's a screen as Midlakes now into a true man-to-man, at least at the moment.
Yeah, and Young, he's been kind of silent. You already saw there, they ran a screen play to get him the ball.
Bauer with it in the corner now. V-cuts to the lane, no good. Ripstein, though, second chance. Good hustle by him, ends up in the hands of Caffin, no good. His third chance, and in.
Yeah, the hustle of Ripstein there, it's always notable. That's why they love having him up on this varsity team. Always ends up on the floor, but gets those second chance opportunities, putting it up for 2 there.
Midlake's able to break the pressure of that full court defense. Lewis with it, he'll cut through, try the Euro step, it's going to be a charge. Caffin took it, Lewis will get the foul. Jallo Lewis, first foul for him on the game and first of the quarter for the Screaming Eagles.
Caffin sacrificing the body there with the play. Something to note, Young is a very talented player, but sometimes we'll see he won't try and step up, and we saw that early in the first quarter, really a lot of opportunities with him, but here in the second, Paul Mack running plays for him, so something they like to see.
Finds Ripstein there, a second chance, so coming with Bauer, takes his time and no good. Third chance, let Ripstein go, but pass goes too long, intercepted Lathrop, and here comes Midlakes. Now they'll pull up, didn't quite have numbers, he'll end off for Kumke. And now he finds Jesse Bennett, who hands it off there, and a three-pointer, Nathan Lathrop.
And Mayor's back, ready to go back in here.
Bauer, he'll go back to Young. Young handled a lot of the floor general duties here the second quarter to get things going. Three-pointer away, Ripstein, long distance, no good. Chases after, bends hands of Kumke.
And Ripstein never afraid to shoot it. You see a lot of the times with these big guys, especially when they get pulled up to varsity teams, afraid to shoot it. They think their only role on the team is to play big man. Like Ripstein attempting that three. Good there, though.
Ripstein will collect the foul there. The block is Lewis drove baseline. A couple subs coming in. Lane comes in for Ranger for Midlakes. Out for the Red Raiders will be Peptone Ripstein. In will be Mayer and McPike. Inbound goes to Kumke. Looks for some help and a bit of an errant pass. Nobody was there. Taken off the other way, Mayer. Runner, no good. Tipped around. Second chance coming with Bauer and blocked up top. They're going to get a foul down low, though. And they'll get the foul on, I believe it's going to be Jesse Bennett. Yeah, they're putting up Jesse Bennett on the board, but the ref signaled 22 though initially, so.
Yeah, I thought he signaled 2 for Lathrop, but.
Substitution, Lewis out. Nurse back in. Bauer connects on his first.
Man, this one looks like it's going to be a good one early. Paul Mack up to a 5-point lead, but Midlake's offense is shown to be pretty good, and now they got Lane back in for a style offense. This is his first time back.
You see what he does.
Yeah, it's interesting. That last possession, I saw him working the high post, so we'll see if he just kind of sits low. And Midlakes gets trapped in the high corner there, so he used a timeout. Coach Garrett Connors didn't like what he saw there.
Yeah, you saw there McPike, lane kind of was wide open there, but ball was kind of in the backcourt. Wasn't really going to get down to him, but still, there should be something. You always got to have your eyes on him, make sure he's not open for the ball.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with these full court zones. That's the purpose of it, is get trapped in that high corner. I mean, I think a lot of people obviously associate trapping in the corner with down low, but really it's the up top where I think you see the most panic, and that's what kind of happened there. And the bench of Midlakes recognized that pretty quickly and got the timeout before a 5-second call was charged.
Yeah, good job by Coach G there.
So Midlakes and Paul Mack both break the huddles here. The inbounder will be Lathrop. Right to our right here at the scorer's table. McCumkey. And running point. Swings over for Bennett. Trying to find, I bet they really are trying to find lane, but excellent job there by Caffin down low, kind of squandering that.
Caffin, another one of these guys in that class of 2025, never really had height growing up, so had to have some untraditional big man, so they're naturally really good at defending taller guys.
5 seconds on the shot clock for Midlakes. We're going to get something up. Kumke will be the one taking it, and wow, what a three!
Yeah, worked it all the way down to the end of the shot clock. Couldn't get it to their guy, so Kumke heaves it up.
And Kari Young, a little bit shut off, finds Bauer, though, and his three-pointer no good long second chance. So excellent job chasing down Kari Young. Back with Bauer now, and they'll reset on offense. Working baseline Young, now goes back to McPike. Back for a three-pointer, no good there by Mayer. Third chance still coming for the Red Raiders. Three-pointer from Young on the way, no good. And fourth chance, how about it for Paul Mack?
Yeah,
oh, they completely lost McPike down low there, and he's able to get a bucket over Blaine.
Yeah, McPike doing the closest he could do to dunking on Lane there. Big layup against the taller defender.
That finds Kumke. And the full court pressure again by Paul Mack. Going to kind of work out, but able to break it. The Screaming Eagles skip pass to Lathrop. He'll up fake and long distance shoot from the free throw line. No good. And look at McPike get the rebound. Oh, intercepted there by Nurse. Nurse over to Kumke. Layup on the way, no good. He's going to head to the line though for two. And they'll get McPike with the foul.
Yeah, it looked like he couldn't get his feet set enough. Kumke will shoot two here.
McPike's first. Team's first of the quarter. We have a couple subs coming in here after the first. First trip to the line tonight for the Screaming Eagles. Kumke's first, no good. Braden Leo comes in for Paul Mack. Brian Caffin. Caden Ranger comes in for Jesse Bennett for Midlakes. Back with it for his second, Kumke, and he'll hit second of the two. Kari Young running point once again for the Red Raiders. Goes right at it, now back out for Bauer. Into the corner, Warwick Pike, dribble through now. Leaves it for Bauer, he'll take the three-pointer. Oh, he went to get him, and it pays off.
Yeah, threes there from Bauer. This Paul Mack offense really putting it together as the second quarter progresses, moving the ball very well and finding open shooters.
Midlakes here trying to break the press, and they do. Kumke with it after getting the handoff from Ranger. Drives through, intercepted, and so away McPike. Lobs it up for Young against, no good on the layup. He went up against Nurse, and Lane with the rebound. Here comes Midlakes the other way. No numbers yet for the Screaming Eagles. Kumke with it, swings it out for Ranger. And how are they going to call us? Oh, what a hustle play by Bauer. Excellent job, though, by Ranger to go back and get. He has to save from going out. Ends up in the hands of Bauer. Runner up in one.
What a sequence of events there.
Absolutely crazy. As Jackson Nurse picks up the foul for Midlakes, the juniors first, team's third on the quarter, and 3 points potentially the hard way for Logan Bauer.
Yeah, hustle there on both ends.
See Paul Mack already kind of prepping for the pressure here. Nobody in to get the rebound, and no need for it as Bauer connects. And we'll have a sub. Pepitone will come in for Mayer. It's 3:22 to go here in the half. Midlakes trailing by 10. That was a Kumke and pass stole away by Young. Lane blocked from behind by Nurse.
Yeah, good recovery there from Nurse, but you got to be smarter if you're Midlakes on that press. You know what's coming. You got to see your passes before you make them.
Lathrop had it and poked away from behind by Leo. Remain Screaming Eagle ball. It'll be inbounding it right from Red Raider bench. No pressure there on that one as the Red Raiders will prep on defense. Kumke with it. Swings in, now ends up trying to get into the lane, for Lane, and now saved, ends up back in the hands of Ranger. Kicks it for Nurse, three-pointer from him, no good short. Ball tipped around, ends up with Lane. Power dribble, laying up, no good. Ball tipped around, Ranger with it. His runner, no good, and rebound brought in by Young. Young with it by himself, 1-on-4, not going to stop him. Pull up Jay, no good, and he's going to head to the line for 2.
Yeah, good interior defense there down low. Very difficult to guard this 7-foot lane, but Palmak's doing a very good job at it, making any layup. Attempting it's not a good one.
Jackson Nurse picks up the foul for Midlakes, his second, team's 4th on the quarter. Carter Young looking for his first points on the night.
Midlakes got to end this Palmak run in this next possession.
And we'll have a moment of time here. I believe they're just telling him to keep an eye on a fan, I believe. Young with it. Junior releases on his first and connects. A couple subs here for Midlakes. Lewis and Sprague come in. They'll get Nurse and Lathrop.
Yeah, so Palmak up 11 here. It's been a big run in the second quarter. Offense got it together. We saw really only buckets out of the full court in the first quarter, really putting together that half-court offense, figuring out how to break this mid-lake zone.
Midlake's able to break the press that time. Sprague tries to go to lane and intercepted there by McPike.
Yeah, that's not what you want there.
Well, Bowers able to find Leo. Touch back out quickly, but should have gone up high instead of down low. All those things you have to put in the basket, though, for later on and use to your advantage. Bauer swings it now. Leo will take a three-pointer, no good short. Rebound by McPike. Back to Leo, up fake. Good job by him, or of a foul, as he got Lewis in the air. The foul, or rather, Ranger.
A really good pump fake there.
Yeah. That'll be Rangers first. Team's 5th, so two coming the rest of the way at least for the Red Raiders to finish out the first half.
Yep, new rule you guys probably know by now, but all of high school basketball, as soon as you get 5 fouls in a quarter, moves to 2 shots immediately, so no more 1-and-1.
Marcus Tukes comes in now for Midlake's first action of the day. For the freshman, he'll get Rowan Lane. Leo's second good there. 1 for 2. Full court pressure again. Sprague with it, goes back, and always able to kick except Bauer, and his bucket's good.
Able to stop on a dime there after recovering it and finish. Jump there from Bauer.
An excellent defense there by Pepitone, able to save it after tipping it. Ends up in the hands of Young. They will find Leo, and now the Red Raiders will try and set defense. Oh, excellent job by McPike being found. It doesn't get the board, though, or doesn't get the bucket, gets the board. Pepitone with it. Second chance, good.
And end-to-end good play from Palmak is exactly what they're going to need to put a spark back into their team. Losing 4 out of their last 5, this big win here could put a spark back into the offense that has been stagnant. But views like that there, the hustle from Pipitone and then working it down for a bucket there.
Midlakes Screaming Eagles will take a full timeout here with just under 2 to go. Don't go anywhere. Make sure you stick with us for our DeSeo Propane halftime report. Recap all the action, talk about other stuff going on, and among other things. So, sure you stick around for that. This live presentation of high school basketball on FingerLakes1.com is made possible thanks to support from the following sponsors. Dr. Littlejohn, Dr. Barbie, and their outstanding orthodontic team share a common goal to ensure the overall wellness of each of their patients through their exceptional orthodontic care. Dr. Rod Littlejohn, Dr. Liz Barbie are proud to support our area high school athletes. You can check them out at littlejohnortho.com. And DeSanto Propane. DeSanto Propane, 4 generations strong, is a trustworthy family-owned business with unmatched customer service. Call line at DeSantoPropane.com for more information or call them toll-free at 1-800-752-4574 today. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane. Paul Russo, Dylan Gilmore here with you as both teams break the huddle and we're ready to get back into action. Kumke gets the inbound. He'll go to Lewis, who's able to get above half court and break the press. Goes against Pipitone, and Pipitone will get charged with the block. Feet were still moving, it looked like, I believe.
Yeah, sliding the whole way with Lewis.
Now Pipitone's first, team's third on the quarter, fresh 35 on the clock for the Screaming Eagles. Inbounder will be Lewis, trying to find some help. And he'll go to Sprague, left alone in the corner. He'll take the three-pointer, and it's in. James Sprague with his first bucket of the game.
Yeah, the freshman getting in here, playing some key minutes for a team that needs it, down 14 here.
Bauer will pitch and catch with Young, goes to Leo, and look at Sprague go. The freshman gets the steal, tried to find Tooks, but intercepted there by Palmack. Here comes the other way. McPike hands off for Leo. Back to Bauer in the lane. Shot midair, dumps it off for Young, and Young's the one getting the points.
Yeah, he had the bucket there, but Pipitone's standing wide open on his wing, ready to shoot it.
And reach from behind. They'll get Young with that. One of the fouls you don't want as a coach, that's for sure. Young collects the foul, his first, team's fourth. Kumke with it. Under a minute to go here in the first half. Swings it over for Lewis, left alone on the wing. Now comes Bauer in the zone. Kumke with it now. Drives through right side, little jumper and in. Kyle Kumke.
McPike able to provide extra help without laying down low still. Kumke finishes with a tough bucket.
Here comes Young in our lane. He answers on his own. So back and forth we kind of go, at least for the moment, bucket to bucket. 30 to go, no shot clock for the Screaming Eagles, and then that won't stop Kumke. He'll go right to the lane and in.
Yeah, breaks through the entire Palmack press there. What a play from Kumke.
And now Midlakes had an opportunity to press there. He'll fall back, and now Palmack will sell in. I'm guessing again, second verse, same as the first. We're going to try for last possession here.
Yeah, but no ball denial from Bauer this time, though.
Bauer now has it now. 5 seconds, swings it over for Leo. Up fake now, trick back, long distance two, no good long. Sprague with it. And that will do it for the first half of action here from Palmack. Red Raiders up 39-25 over the Midlakes Screaming Eagles. Don't go anywhere on FingerLakes1.com or the Palmack Athletics YouTube channel. We'll be right back. We're on to DeSanto Propane Halftime Report.
This live presentation of high school basketball on FingerLakes1.com is made possible thanks to the support from Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant. Visit Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant at their original Waterloo location or all-new renovated location in Geneva. Dine in, takeout, delivery, catering, and banquets. Order online at Cicinos.com. Live, laugh, and eat well. It's the Italian way. Dr. Jeffrey Halstead, DMD. Dr. Jeffrey Halstead has been Cananegua's hometown dentist for more than 35 years, offering routine dental care as well as cosmetic dentistry, implants, and dentures by their highly trained and experienced staff. Visit them online at CananeguaDentistry.com or find them on Facebook and Instagram. DeSanto Propane. DeSanto Propane is 4 generations strong as a trustworthy, family-owned business with unmatched customer service. Go online at DeSantoPropane.com for more info or call toll-free at 1-800-752-4574 today. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane. Generations Bank. Generations Bank has been serving the financial needs of the Finger Lakes region since 1870. Generations combines the best of modern banking with the dedication to our local communities.
Whether you are looking for a checking account, CDs, a home improvement loan, you name it, we have what you need.
We are committed to serving and giving back to our communities. Visit us at mygenbank.com. Littlejohn and Barbie Orthodontics. Dr. Littlejohn, Dr. Barbie, and their outstanding orthodontic team share a common goal: to ensure the overall wellness of each of their patients through their exceptional orthodontic care. Check out Dr. Rod and Dr. Liz online at littlejohnortho.com. And Rosselli Northern. Rosselli Northern supports upstate New York construction with over 400 employees, 250 trucks, 9 ready-mix plants, 4 blacktop plants, 100 plus pieces of heavy equipment, and 40 aggregate mines. But their most important number is your bottom line. Contact Rosselli today at 315-433-5115 and see why Rosselli Northern has been the choice for contractors and project managers since 1929.
Welcome in, everybody, to the DeSanto Propane Halftime Report here on Midlakes1.com and the Palmac Athletics YouTube channel. Paul Russo and Dylan Gilmore here with you. 39-25, the Red Raider advantage over the Screaming Eagles. Dylan, one of the things really here in the first half is we kind of talked about a little bit, not so much set offense, but a lot of stuff in motion, in transition, and that's kind of been the name of the game, and I think the reason we see Palmac up by 14.
Yeah, the set offense has been okay. They kind of put it together in that second quarter, but what it's really been has been that transition game, getting them when Lane isn't in the paint, able to push the whole pressure, getting the shooters open. Shooters are hitting shots here somewhat and getting the good looks inside.
Yeah, it's been one of those things that's been really interesting to kind of see Palmac kind of neutralize Roland Lane to a degree. It's one of the things we talked about, right, that height disadvantage, frankly, for them. But it hasn't really been a big issue. Midlakes has kind of struggled at the moment trying to find him down low in the zone, and I think a big credit to that, though, has to be the Red Raider defense. Mainly, we've seen, for example, Ryan Caffin kind of fronting when he's been on the floor and then down low. In addition, you've seen Pepitone and Mayer kind of go at him as well. That's one of the things you mentioned, too, right, is kind of everybody's kind of going against him in a different sort of, I'd say, tactic on defense.
Yeah, and they're doing a great job. You know, the only thing that really has been an issue has been offensive rebounding or defensive rebounding, really, and that's been an issue with Lane on the court or not. So they've really done a good job stopping Lane, which he's 7 feet tall. That's hard to do, and you got no one on your team over the height of like 6'2".
Yeah.
So, yeah, like you said, everyone going at it differently. Mayer and Caffin really trying to deny the ball, but you saw there McPike going at him like a man, really going at him, trying to defend him. He forced it up, tough layups. Lane had that too that you're going to give up eventually, but the way, the confidence that McPike is playing defense here down low is very good.
For Midlakes, it's been interesting. I wouldn't say they've played really necessarily a bad game. It's just they haven't been able to really kind of consistent flow, I'd say. And a tough part for them, too, you kind of mentioned it actually in the middle of the game, Dylan, was their rebounding. For all the things they've been kind of doing right in some regards, they've been giving up second, third. We've even seen a couple four-time opportunities for Palmac that have kind of been one of the reasons you see the lead the way it is, and the fact that Midlakes has been able to kind of at least try and snatch momentum back. We saw at the end of the half they were able to kind of go shot for shot a little bit as well with Kumke. So the offense is kind of there for them. I think their big thing is defense.
Yeah, they've been doing really good on the offensive end. Kumke, he's having a good game, 13 points so far, but a couple of them have just been on some grenades, shots at the end of the shot clock. But you want to get better looks, but still the offense is doing good. But like you said, the defense, they had that good little 2-3 hybrid that was working at the start, but Palmac figured out how to get people out of position, and it's been doing really good for them.
Let's run through the scoring breakdown here quickly at the half. I'll start with Palmac up 39-25, leading the way for them and in the game. 14 for Logan Bauer, then 9 for Brandon Leo, 6 for Carter Young, 4 apiece, or 4 rather, just for Jacob McPike, and then 2 apiece for Carson Ripstein and Brennan Pepitone. On the Midlakes side, I think Kyle Kumke leading the way with 13, then 3 for James Sprague and Nathan Lathrop, and then 2 apiece for 3 players, Yala Lewis, Jackson Nurse, and Rowan Lane. So a little bit, I wouldn't even say it's necessarily balanced, just see kind of Palmac and a little bit of everybody involved at certain points here on offense, where you know, Kumke's been able to kind of create his own shots, as you mentioned, right? Even at the end of the shot clock, it's kind of been the other folks who struggled at times here to get things going on offense.
Yeah, and Midlake's got a deeper rotation than Powell Mac, but still the only points coming off the bench came from a Sprague 3 there late in the second. So going to want to look to get more people involved. Try and, you know, we said Powell Mac's doing really good on lane, but they got to try and get into the 7-foot monster in the paint.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things where they haven't really found it. Every time they pass, they go low, and that's how it's been tipped around. And imagine that might be one of the things that they'll do here in the second half is try and go high rather than low, inbound to them.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you could just say, pass it up to the tall guy who's standing there. But in Powell Mac, you'd see the way Cavitt and Mayer are actively trying to stop him from getting the ball.
Bit easier said than done.
Yeah, yeah.
Take a quick look around the Wayne Finger Lakes tonight. It's been a relatively quiet-ish week because of midterm week here in the area. Minders is at Wayne on the boys' side, Newark at Waterloo, and Marcus Whitman at Geneva in addition to our game here tonight on the boys' side. On the girls' side, Canandaigua over at Penfield. In the west, Red Jacket at Naples, Romulus at Honeoye, Wayne County, Williamson at Clyde Savannah, East Rochester at Red Creek, Bloomfield at South Seneca, Webster Schroeder at Victor, Gananda at North Rolls Wilcutt. The inverse of our game, Powell Mac at Midlakes on the girls' side of things, and HAC is at Marcus Whitman. So I know, Dylan, you're going to a quick score update here as we wind out our halftime report, so wait for you on that. Give a quick shout out to the crew tonight. Joining myself and Dylan. Cam 1 is Zoe Kaczynski. Cam 2, Dylan Keenan. Our student director, Hunter Lee. Tech director, David Premislavsky. And of course, our supervisor, Mr. Kevin Schlegel. Appreciate their help and providing everybody our picture and sound here tonight. Quick score update here, Dylan. What we got from Midlakes on the girls game?
Yeah, so over there, the girls are up big, 40-17 here with about 3 minutes left in the third.
So both teams here wrap up halftime warm-ups. And that'll conclude our DeSanto Propane halftime report. As the remaining time settles in, both teams getting last-minute instructions from their coach. Be interesting here the second half. I wouldn't say Midlake's necessarily out of it, but they're definitely going to probably have to get a couple quick buckets here, I'd imagine, try and get a little bit of that momentum back, carry it through here to get the third quarter going.
Yeah, you can't let Powell Mac continue the run they've been on. You know, 2 buckets from Powell Mac here, and you start to feel out of it. You know, obviously anything can happen, but just as a team, it's demoralizing when you go through that halftime speech, getting all hyped up. You got to get into that second half rolling here, and then you give up the bucket. So it's going to be big here this first part of the second half.
Starting fives on the floor for both teams. Midlakes will get us going here in the second half, flipping sides on the court, and Lewis controlling the point. We'll swing it over for Nurse. Nurse finds Ranger.
Yeah, Powell Mac in that 3-2, but you can see here Leo actively denying the ball from Kumke.
Turnover works out well. Yeah, it's borderline at that point, like a box and one almost. You see Powell Mac in. So they'll come back here on offense with Young running the point here.
Yeah, they realize that Kumke's the only run-generating offense, so if the ball's not in his hands, nothing's going on.
Midlake sells into a more traditional 2-3 zone here on this possession. McPike, a little jumper, no good. Rebound gets tipped. Kumke with it, he'll go to Nurse, and Midlake's coming back with the ball.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're Midlakes, you got to look to get the ball to Kumke as soon as you get the rebound now, right? I mean, he's the one who's creating your offense, but...
And that's what will be pretty quick here is Midlakes not liking what they saw here to get things going on offense. It'll be a 30-second timeout for the Screaming Eagles.
Yeah, and you can bet that Coach G's there telling them in the huddle, you got to get the ball to Kyle. I mean, Leo's doing a really good job making sure that that doesn't happen, but I mean, you got to get it to him on the perimeter. It's not like Lane where there's 3 guys surrounding him. You have the whole court to get the ball in his hands.
Sean goes on the 30. I mean, I imagine, too, he kind of, one of the things I was picking up, you know, in the earshot of us here, too, was when they had the ball after the rebound, kind of like sounded like you wanted them to push it, too, and they just didn't. So you can tell even he kind of senses that urgency a little bit here to get things going in the second half.
Yeah, you can see a quick screen for him.
Kumke with it here. He'll get it off the inbound. They're going to use a screen, try and get him freed up, but it's the defense by Leo too much at the moment. Pass swings over to Nurse. Back to Lewis. And they got 5 on the shot clock here. They're going to have to get a shot up here. Back with Ranger now. 1. They're not going to get a shot up in time. And it will be a shot clock violation. Turnover by the Screaming Eagles.
Yeah, Coach G wanted the defensive foul there, but the ref's not doing anything. They're saying that they're pushing off.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I didn't see anything that really stood out there, I guess. But nonetheless, Paul Mack coming the other way here. Young, Leo, and Mayer all playing pitch and catch with it. Will be Mayer taking the 3 and in.
Mayer absolutely money from 3 on that catch and shoot. That's what this Paul Mack team expects out of him.
First points of the game for the junior. And lead stretches to 17. Into Ranger. Tries to dribble out. Ball tipped in that zone defense too much. Picked away. Pepitone coming with it. Up to Leo. Quick up to McPike. Back to Leo. And pretty sure that pass was intended for Mayer, but ends up with Young.
Yeah, over there on that other end, wide open, and the Ranger was wide open in the high post. Had options to pass out of, just couldn't get a handle on it.
Now low into the post. Pepitone now over to Mayer. Drives through, will launch a little floater, rolls off no good, and rebound by Lane. Finds Ranger, finds Kumke. And Midlakes spraying up court now. Bit slower than I really anticipated them maybe being here. Now they'll try and double team Kumke. He'll drive through the lane, launches a lane, and good.
Yeah, basically the whole Palmac team on him there. Kumke was going through, putting up a tough layup.
Oh, yeah, really had McPike for the travel there. Kind of did a slower crab dribble. Lack thereof, I always laugh at the term of it. Midlakes gets the ball here off the turnover.
Yeah, a lot of the times, like you said, you get the travel call just because you didn't do the move fast enough.
So Lewis will run point this possession for Midlakes. He'll get it to Ranger. Takes dribble, gets it to Kumke. Guarded by Leo. That modified now true 2-3 zone. Swings it for Lewis. A lot of shot clock coming off here. 15 on it for them. Dumps in for Lane. He'll do a little turnaround, no good, and rebound by Young.
Yeah, again with the defense from McPike there, making the layup tough from Lane.
Young will slow it up. He'll run point. Swings it for Leo. Now again, same pitch and catch formation. We've seen these first few possessions for the Red Raiders. Mayer with it. Swinging it now, Leo to Pepitone. He'll drive through. Now back out. Mayer take another three-pointer. It's in.
Yeah, and textbook 2-3 breaking there. Move it around, get it to the high post, get it out of the high post. That's exactly what you want.
Midlakes with it now. Lewis give and go with Kumke. Kumke blocked by McPike. And it will stay Screaming Eagle ball as Nathan Lathrop will come in for the Screaming Eagles. He'll get Diallo Lewis.
Yeah, and that's a good job from McPike. They're not only getting the block, but not fouling. Hard to bring your hand down like that and not foul.
Ranger the inbounder. We see Palmack and man-to-man, at least on this inbound, as they go up top to Kumke. Kumke with a little step-back three-pointer, no good short. And Palmack ball coming the other way.
Yeah, Kumke there. They tried to isolate with a step back, couldn't get it.
Young bringing it up for the Red Raiders once again. We'll see if they fall into that pitch and catch. They do. Pepitone, he'll take the jumper, though, from the free throw line. No good long, and rebound, though, by Leo. Second chance. Red Raiders, first time this quarter.
Yeah, and the corner guys on this 2-3 are really kind of sitting back, so wings have been open for shooting for Palmac.
Pepitone finds McPike with a little reverse lane on the baseline. McPike's first bucket of the second half. And Palmac up 20 now. Midlakes trying to go work here on offense. We have a foul before the travel. And they'll get Brent Pepitone with the foul, his second, team's first on the quarter. Ryan Caffin comes in. They'll get Brandon Leo.
And this is where you need a bucket if you're Midlakes. Down 20, run going from Palmac. You don't want it to spark anymore.
And it's been a fast-moving quarter, and good hands there by the recently subbed in Caffin. Remain Midlake ball.
This Palmac team is so good at ball denial. You know, whether it's lane or not, if they don't want somebody to get the ball, it's going to be hard to get it to them.
And they'll get McPike on the foul there, try to get it out of Lane's hands. McPike second, and team second, in pretty short order on that end. Another fresh 35 reset on the shot clock for the Screaming Eagles.
Yeah, that'll happen when you're trying to ball deny fouls here and there, but you know what they say, you have 5 for a reason.
Nurse with it, swings it for Ranger. Back to Nurse. Guard by Young, man-to-man. They finally go in the lane up high, and we'll have a foul. Oh, no, travel. Travel on Lane, his second time like that. And yeah, you're not necessarily agreeing with that one, are you, Dylan?
Yeah, it looked like just a little drop step there into a foul. I don't know about that one.
Young running point once again. It's been the case for Palmac in this quarter so far. Caffin with it on the wing, finds Pepitone at the free throw line to McPike, laying no good. He gets his own rebound though. Leaves it for Caffin, down low amongst the trees, and he'll dump it back out. And the Red Raiders will reset. He'll take the three-pointer, McPike, no good long, rebound Kumke.
And big stop there, but you need the bucket here.
On their way now, Midlakes comes. Lathrop hands it off for Ranger, back to Lathrop. Drives through baseline, tries to get it to Lane, but ball tipped and kicked off by Pepitone. Young again with it. Midlakes in a 2-3 still. Not exactly ball pressure going on. Pepitone finds McPike, now into Caffin. Blocked from behind by Lane. And here comes the Screaming Eagles.
Hell, it looked like a textbook 2-3 break there. Lane says no.
At one point, he almost shoved it on in even. Here comes Kumke through the lane. Lane no good. He'll head to the line, though, for 2. Let's see who the transgressor is. It'll be Ryan Caffin. Caffin's second personal. Team's third. Kumke 1 for 2 from the line tonight. No good on the first assist trip. Couple subs here. Palmac, Ripstein, and Bauer come in. They'll get McPike and Young as Lane comes out for Midlakes and Jesse Bennett comes in for him.
Always something Palmac's going to look as when Lane gets subbed down and completely changes up how they're going to play both offense and defense. And
a good hustle there by Ripstein and Nurse as ends up in the hands now. Bauer coming the other way. In the corner, Pepitone, he finds him, no good, short, and rebound, give it to Bauer. He'll take a three-pointer, nobody there in the corner for him on defense, no good. Ripstein third chance, hands off for Caffin, a couple up fakes, no good there. Ball tipped around, he can rebound into Ranger, and here comes Kumke the other way.
Yeah, 3 chances, no look.
He finds Bennett. Bennett will drive through a couple defenders and poked away from behind. And here comes Palmac. Coach Sanders told him to slow it up here on this possession.
Yeah, not really going to need to rush for the rest of the game. You can kind of dribble it out, least amount of possessions as possible.
Caffin, he'll leave it from there. At the Pepitone, he'll drive through the lane, ends up being uncontested, but no good on the layup. Second chance, though, Bauer able to get in. He'll come back out with the reset shot clock. Ball poked, though, and stolen Kumke, and we will have a foul. And I believe, yeah, they'll get Bauer. Him and Kumke were going at the ball. And we're going to have 3 subs coming in here from Midlakes. Lewis, James Sprague, Nicholas Curran come in. They'll let Kumke, Lathrop, and Ranger.
Yeah, a lot of contact on that one. Didn't look like any of it really any extracurricular. Could have blown the whistle on and out of bounds there on Palmac.
That was Bauer's first personal of the game. Team's 4th. Sprague with it. Guarded there by Bauer. Hands off for Bennett. Bennett able to find Curran. Curran takes a dribble, and the long distance 2 will go be short. Saved, though, by Lewis. Ends up in the hands, though, Ripstein, who will find Caffin. Now finds Pepitone. Pepitone the other way now. Hands it off for Merrill. Drive through. Poke, though, from Bennett. And here come the Screaming Eagles. Sprague with it. Now to Lewis. Takes a dribble, pulls up, and now resets with Sprague. Curran swings it for Nurse now. Nurse guard there, now dumps it off for Curran back, reset with Lewis. Spin move through the lane, launches a floater, no good long, and rebound Pepitone.
Yeah, and I know I've been kind of silent the past 3 minutes, but it's been a pretty stagnant 3 minutes. No buckets since Palmac's been up 20.
Yeah, you can possibly hear on the mic. Coach Sanders even telling them to slow it up here and drain some clock. That's what they're doing. Third straight quarter, all quarters so far, Palmac's have for the de facto last possession. Here comes Bauer with it. His floater good over Nurse. His first bucket of the quarter, three-pointer on the way. Oh, almost by Sprague Long. And that'll wrap up the third quarter of action here from Palmac. 49-27 the score over Midlakes. We'll be right back on FingerLakes1.com and Palmac Athletics YouTube channel.
Dr. Jeffrey Halstead, DMD. Visit them online at CanandaiguaDentistry.com or find them on Facebook and Instagram. Generations Bank. Generations Bank, serving our communities since 1870. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Little John and Barbie Orthodontics. Check out Dr. Rod and Dr. Liz online at littlejohnortho.com.
Welcome back here on FingerLakes1.com and Palmac Athletics YouTube channel. Paul Russo and Dylan Gilmore here with you. 49-27 the score. Palmac with the advantage. And well, as you mentioned, Dylan, there at one moment with about a minute and a half to go, it was a pretty stagnant quarter all the way around, actually. We took a look here, the scoring breakdown, 10-2 that quarter for the scoreboard. Yeah,
the defense of Palmac coming out of the locker room, they're unmatched. 2 points, you said, just coming off of a Kumke layup. And that was a tough layup, too, early in the quarter. Palmac up 22 here.
And they'll begin the ball for the fourth quarter of action as Leo and Bauer played a little bit of pitch and catch, try to find Caffin, but pass a bit too hot and far to handle. It'll be Screaming Eagle ball coming the other way off the turnover.
Yeah, really quick passes there. Almost, yeah, too quick.
Lewis controlling the point here. This trip for the Screaming Eagles finds Sprague. Leaves it now for Curran, who goes to Nurse. Nurse finds help in Bennett. Same fives out for each team to get the court going. Bennett and one. What a shot by the freshman, Jesse Bennett.
I just threw that one up there after the foul. Banks it in with the spin.
Ryan Caffin will pick up the foul. His second, team's first on the quarter. Mentioned Bennett's freshman guard, unable to connect on his lone free throw. First of the fourth quarter. And here come the Red Raiders the other way. Where'd Bauer go? He was guarded there heavily by Nurse. Layup no good. He's going to the line for two. His clean up top on a block. Weight shifted down low. They'll get Nurse with the foul.
And we were talking about earlier how hard it is to get a clean block without fouling there. Nurse so close to getting all ball.
Nurse with his third personal, team's first on the quarter. Bauer to the line for the first time in the second half is good on his first. Substitution for Midlakes. Kyle Kumke will come back into the game. He'll get Jackson Nurse. Bauer 4 for 4 from the stripe so far.
And you got to look for Kumke here. You got to get a bucket from him.
And another perfect trip for number 22 at the line. Inbound goes to Sprague from Midlakes. Hands off for Lewis. Not quite having numbers. Lewis now in the corner finds Sprague. Trying to find Kumke. Kumke with it now, guarded by Caffin. Swings it for Curran, now back to the cutting Kumke. He'll take a little floater, no good, long, and rebound brought in by McPike. Up quickly, they lost Leo, and it'll be a touchdown-style layup for number 3.
And the former quarterback McPike making that throw.
And Midlakes slowly coming up court with Lewis. First time in a number of possessions we really haven't seen Palmac in the full court pressure after a bucket. Sprague hands off for Kumke. Now to Lewis. Nice little Euro step, a little jump around the way and in.
Yeah, good way to step through to get to that spot.
Yeah, Lewis, his first points of the second half for Midlakes. And Leo with he'll drive through the lane. Oh, nice little English on that ball, no good. Second chance Ripstein though is good.
Good job there from Ripstein being there ready. Leo got a good move to get through, but Ripstein being there.
And we'll have a timeout here as Lewis drove through. And it will be a full timeout. That's all Midlakes has left anyway, with 6:11 to go in the contest. Live presentation of high school basketball on FingerLakes1.com is made possible thanks to the support from the following sponsors. Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant. Visit Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant at their original Waterloo location or all-new renovated location in Geneva. Dine-in, takeout, delivery, catering, and banquets. You can order online at Cicinos.com. Live, laugh, and eat well. It's the Italian way. Dr. Jeffrey Halstead has been Canandaigua's hometown dentist for more than 35 years, offering routine dental care as well as cosmetic dentistry, implants, and dentures by their highly trained and experienced staff. Visit them online at CanandaiguaDentistry.com or find them on Facebook and Instagram. And Rosselli Northern. Rosselli Northern supports upstate New York construction with over 400 employees, 250 trucks, 9 ready-mix plants, 4 blacktop plants, 100-plus pieces of heavy equipment, and 40 aggregate mines. But their most important number is your bottom line. Contact Rosselli today at 315-433-5115 and see why Rosselli Northern has been the choice for contractors and project managers since 1929. Both teams break the huddle. A couple changes here is in for Midlakes, number 22.
That's Duke Van Savage.
Ah. Yeah, he's listed as number 5 on my roster sheet, so I'll have to adjust that. Appreciate that one, Dylan. Ranger with it, gets it to Lewis in the corner. Swings up top for Van Savage, now finds Bennett. He'll drive through the freshman, try to leave it for a teammate, but we have a foul. And they'll get Ryan Caffin, his third. Team's second on the quarter. Brent Pepitone comes in. Brandon Leo checks out. It's fresh 35 for the Screaming Eagles. Inbound is Lewis. He'll go up top to Bennett. And he'll run point. Bennett now, he was a screen, now leaves it in the corner for Lewis. Tried to drive through and now does. Dumps it off for Ranger. Now to Bennett, corner 3 on the way. And long, rebound gets tipped around, ends up in the hands of Pepitone.
Yeah, this is a good time for Midlakes to get some of those freshmen in. They got a lot in the lineup, and stuff's not really clicking for them. That group of freshmen that they got in Midlakes, so they're very good on that JV squad, and having them up on varsity, getting them these good minutes against some good competition.
Van Savage gets charged with the foul, his first, team second. Young back in, Bauer out for Palmack. That will be the inbounder. And he'll go into the corner for McPike. And back up top, Caffin. Ripstein with it, up fake and now driving through. Takes a little bit of a pull-up jumper, no good, and rebound by Diallo Lewis. Lewis coming back the other way, running point. And ball tipped and stolen away by Young.
It looked like it might have went off his foot there.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a great game for Palmack. Not only just, picking up the win, a blowout win's always good, but the situation they're in, 4 losses in their last 5 games. The one win was a pretty close game against Waterloo, a game that everyone on that Palmack team wants to win by a lot. So getting a blowout win when, the consensus is around that you should be getting this blowout win, it's big for the team, big for morale. They're going to go into these next few games. Next week they got a couple of big ones before they had a couple of prelims before the big one against Wayne, so they got early college and Geneva, so Geneva's gonna be a tough one because they took the loss against them early in the season.
And a bit of a interesting situation there on the inbound. They try to go up top. Pepitone, him and Kumke got, tied up at best there, and it will be Midlakes ball. And Savage will go to Lewis, corner 3 on the way for number 1, and it's in. Diallo Lewis with a big 3.
Run going here would be good for Midlakes, take something out of the game.
Pepitone has it, guarded by Kumke. He'll drive through baseline now and back out for McPike. Power dribble up and laying no good. He sends to the line for 2 though. And Wheeler will get Kumke with it. And they do. Kumke's first, team's third on the quarter.
Yeah, and that Geneva game for Palmack is going to be one that they want to have back. That was a game we did here. It was a tough loss that they didn't want a big blowout. So they're going to Geneva trying to get that one back on the 30th and then take it on to early college. They won their last matchup with them, but, you know, when you're on a losing streak as a team, it doesn't matter how you played the last time you played them. You got to come back there and play again.
1 for 2 for McPike from the stripe that trip. And Midlakes coming back the other way with it. Lewis running point. Guard there by Ribstein into Kumke, and we'll have a foul as Caffin will get charged with the foul. His 4th personal, team 3rd.
Yeah, Caffin's 4th, like you said, kind of unneeded. Really in the game, you don't need to reach through like that. You know that's a foul.
Lewis the inbounder. Are there man-to-man on the inbound here by Paul Mack. Go up to Kumke, and he has it. He'll take a jumper over Caffin, no good, and rebound in by McPike. Leaves it for Young, and here come the Red Raiders the other way.
Yeah, and right now this might be a time for Young to build some confidence. You really haven't seen much of him this season in isolation or doing much else besides what the system has out of him, but he's a very talented player with the ball in his hands. We don't really get to see it much, but might want to see it here.
McPike, 3-pointer on the way, no good, short right, and brought in by Van Savage. Van Savage with it, he'll go coast to coast, and no good on his layup, right idea. Just couldn't quite get it to fall. Red Raiders with it, McPike. Gets above half, and they'll do some clock draining, I believe, on this possession. Maybe not. And now they'll reset.
Saw Lane step out there. Midlakes switch to a man.
Pepitone with it, goes through the lane, now finds Young. He'll use the screen. Under 10 on the shot clock, now at 5. Dumps in for McPike, reverse lay-in, no good, and rebound brought in by Ranger.
Yeah, and on that one, looks like a lot of contact on whistle.
Ranger taking floor general duties for the Screaming Eagles this possession. Drives through left side. Back to Kumke. He'll drive through the lane, met uncontested, no good. Lane with the rebound, though, blocked from behind by McPike. Young with it, gets it up to Pepitone. Pepitone leaves it for McPike, cutting through, no good on the layup. He'll head to the line for 2. And who's gonna get the foul? They're gonna say Ranger got him. Kane Ranger's 2nd. Team's 4th. Pike 1 for 2 at the stripe, coming just a few moments ago. No good on that first.
And Palmack taking on early college tomorrow at 2, so quick break into that.
Leo comes in for Pepitone. Might be it for the senior for the night. Getting a nice ovation from the crowd. McPike connects on that one, and again, this is probably the last time the senior will see the court tonight, and a good ovation from him. Shane Mayer comes in for him.
Always nice, the ovation. Seniors, yeah, on senior night, even if it isn't a traditional last home game senior night, it's still nice to see.
Lewis taking point duties once again for the Screaming Eagles this possession. Palmack selling into that box in 1 style zone. Van Savage 3-pointer on the way, no good. Lewis, or rather Lane with the rebound, and no good there. He's going to go to the line for 2.
And Lane's got to go to look to go right up with that when he comes down with a rebound, being right there in that position.
Carson Ribstein will pick up the foul, his 2nd. Team's 4th. Not on the shot, they're saying. It was on the floor, so Midlakes inbounds it. Kumke 3-pointer, and let's see here. Caffin ended up on the floor. Him and Lewis came together. Let's see how they're going to call it. So we have a technical foul on Lewis, which would be his 2nd personal. So a substitution will come in for him. I believe it will be Jackson Nurse who comes in for him. To the line for Palmack, it will be Ryan Caffin.
And Coach Jeep arguing that it was both sides and you don't need to call it technical there.
No good on the first from Caffin. 2:18 to go in the contest. Caffin's 2nd, rattles out, no good.
So he's got to take those free throws there, being the one who got fouled.
Usually on the technical, though, you can choose,
Oh, well.
I believe, right?
I mean, I believe so, but usually with the personnel that you got out here.
I mean, why not, right?
Yeah.
Young with it. Tries to use the Ripstein screen. We'll have a foul. Yeah, really Kumke with it. That one's tough. It probably could have gone either way, admittedly.
Yeah, it looked like Ripstein was kind of dropping there. But yeah.
Might be one of those that's cutting off, I think, at the pass a little bit, the aggression that's on the court right now. Yeah. Ripstein to the line for the first time tonight. Freshman will launch away his first and rattles around and in. Substitutions for Midlakes. Nathan Lathrop, Marcus Tukes, and James Sprague come in for Kumke, Ranger, and Lane. So we see the young guns out there for both teams now at this point, which there's plenty of them on each team, but it'll be a full-fledged underclassmen battle the rest of the way. Ripstein goes 2 for 2, and the Screaming Eagles bring the ball up with 2:10 to go.
Yeah, and this Palmac team not with any new JV pull-ups, but Midlakes, they got the out there right now, Sprague, Tooks, and Van Savage, like we said earlier. Very good JV squad, bringing them up for key varsity minutes.
Fresh 35 on the shot clock as it was last off Paul Mack, and they're able to get the ball on the inbound there and poked away. Mayer leaves it for Young, and Carr Young will bring it up once again. I believe our Chichino's Pizzeria and Player of the Game is going to be a pretty easy one to take. Ripstein will take a three-pointer. Rattles off no good. Here comes a rebound. And Leo with it. Back out to Young. And Paul Mack will reset with a fresh shot clock. Mayer with it. No good on his jumper, and rebound brought in by Nurse.
Yeah, good pass there from Ripstein. Good eyes from the freshman.
Van Savage three-pointer dialed up. No good. Ball tipped around. It'll remain Midlake ball, tipped off of, I'm going to say, yeah, Young. I believe him and Ripstein kind of came together, a little bit of teammate violence on that one.
Yeah, it looked like Ripstein had position down low, and then Young came out of nowhere.
Now, right idea there. Van Savage found the cutting Tooks. Tooks just couldn't really handle it, and it will be Palmac ball.
It's still pressure being applied here.
Other way, Paul Mack with it, full court by the Screaming Eagles, gets it to Young. Met there, go come into a little bit of a trap, and now they're just going to fall out. It'll be man-to-man for the Screaming Eagles now. Young leaves it for Leo, 1 minute to go. Mayer now to Leo. We'll pitch and catch with Ripstein. Back to Leo, top of the key, finds the teammate of Young at the free throw line, under 10 on the shot clock. Cathan now dumps off for Ripstein, cutting through, laying no good. Ball tipped around, same case as it was down the defensive end. It will be Midlake ball now coming the other way.
Never see runs right into Young there.
Nurse will run point. 40 to go. Finds the cutting Lathrop, no good. Tooks with the rebound though. Tries to shoot it, no good. We'll have a foul on Paul Mack. All right, Ripstein with it, his third. And both teams now with 5 fouls each, and the bonus should there be any more fouls the rest of the way. Tooks, a freshman, looking to get on the scoreboard for the first time tonight. Releases the first, rattles around and in.
And Paul Mack's going to be able to just dribble this one out at the end. Basically 0.5 separating the shot clock and game clock.
Tucks back with his second now, and rolls in and good. So 2 for 2 for number 15. Inbounding Mayer finds Leo. Guarded there by Sprague. Tries to break the pressure. Hands off to Young and does. There's literally a half-second shot to game clock differential here. Both clocks show 25.
And Young just dribble this one out.
Yeah, Young with it. He'll just be guarded by Van Savage. I think Nurse kind of recognizes what's up a little bit here. We have it for Young again. And pass poked by Van Savage. So he'll come the other way now. He's got Tooks 2-on-2. Van Savage lay-in, rattles off no good. Tooks with it. Second chance good.
Yeah, so a couple of points here for Tooks here late.
And that will do it as Paul Mack comes away victorious 59-38 over the Midlakes Screaming Eagles here from Paul Mack High School. Don't go anywhere. Be right back with a Little John Barbie Orthodox Smile Style postgame show and our Chichios Pizzeria and Restaurant Player of the Game on FingerLakes1.com and the Paul Mack Athletics YouTube channel.
Chichino's Pizzeria and Restaurant. Order online at chichinos.com. Live, laugh, and eat well. It's the Italian way. DeSanto Propane. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane. Rosselli Northern, supporting local construction since 1929 with premium products and quality service. Dr. Jeffrey Halstead, DMD. Visit them online at CanandaiguaDentistry.com or find them on Facebook and Instagram. Generations Bank. Generations Bank, serving our communities since 1870. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Little John and Barbie Orthodontics. Check out Dr. Rod and Dr. Liz online at littlejohnortho.com.
Welcome back in here on FingerLakes1.com and the Paul Mack Athletics YouTube channel. Final score 59-38 in favor of the Red Raiders over the Midlakes Screaming Eagles. Russo and Dylan Gilmore here with you for our Little John and Barbie Smiles with Style postgame show. We're joined by our Chichino's Pizzeria and Restaurant Player of the Game, Logan Bauer. Logan, congratulations on the big win and a great game.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so Logan, you've been a great piece coming off the bench for your team, not only in this game, but just across the season. And, you know, your minutes have been kind of down, but you come in and provide instant offense. Is that something you like coming off the bench, or you want to get it there on the starting lineup?
It's not really something I like, but we've got a great starting five, and when I can come off of the bench and, you know, score 10, 15, 20 points, it provides for my team and the final victory. You know, it's nice to have.
How big is this win for you guys? You've dropped a few in a row going into this, and a tough one last Friday for that matter. So you come in against an opponent that you've seen already this year, and you were able to handle the game before. So what was the win like tonight for you guys? Is it something that you know that you can kind of build some momentum off of?
Yeah, we were talking in the locker room. You know, we came off a few losses that we definitely could have won. But tonight was a good win, good team win. Everybody played like a team, especially on our senior night for our seniors. Just a good team win.
So you had 14 in the first half and a game-high 18. I know, Dylan, you mentioned kind of that instant offense off of the bench, and you really lived up to that, including, by the way, 10 in the second quarter. So for you, when you're in a groove like that, what's kind of like your main goal? Do you always look to maybe go to the basket, stay outside? What's kind of your game plan?
My game plan is kind of keep shooting, you know, also find my teammates. Just keep shooting when I'm in a groove, you know, it feels good. Yeah, just keep shooting and find my teammates when they are open.
All right, we'll get you out on that one. Logan, congratulations again on the big win. We'll see you here again next week, by the way.
Thank you.
Remember that. All right. Logan Bauer, Chichino's Pizzeria and Restaurant Player of the Game. Back here in the booth, Paul Russo and Dylan Gilmore here with you. Big win once again for Paul Mack, as we mentioned, kind of snap that 3-game losing streak, and big stuff here on senior night.
Yeah, and that's going to be big going into next week. You know, this week they had only one game to get on Midlakes, but next week they got a couple of games that they lost and then one game that they won, but it was a close one. They're taking on Early College tomorrow, and then next week they got Geneva on the 30th, and then Friday is going to be the big one against Wayne, where me and you are going to be back here again.
Look forward to that. So let's do a quick scoring breakdown here. Begin with Paul Mack, who won 59-38 over Midlakes. Leading the way, as we mentioned, Logan Bauer, our Chichino's Pizzeria and Restaurant Player of the Game. He had 18, 11 for Braden Leo, 8 points for Jacob McPike, 6 points apiece for Carson Ribstein, Carter Young, and Shane Mayer, and then 2 points apiece for Brennan Pepitone and Ryan Caffin. On the Midlakes side of things, Kyle Kumke had 15. He led the way for them, 7 for Diallo Lewis, 4 for Marcus Tooks, 3 for James Sprague, and then also 3 for Nathan Lathrop, and then 2 apiece for Jackson Nurse, Jesse Bennett, and Rowan Lane. Dylan, I know, like you said, we'll be back here again next Friday. What other broadcasts do you guys have coming up here on Palmac TV?
Yeah, so next week, that's all we got.
Oh, really?
No home events. No, with games running down, we got no more wrestling duels. I believe swimming season's coming to an end, so the only thing we got is basketball versus Wayne, but that's going to be, one of the biggest ones of the year.
Yeah, looking forward to that. That's part of our schedule next week here on FingerLakes1.com. We also got Wayne at Waterloo Girls next Wednesday as well. Look forward to that. That was an overtime game last time they met, even.
Yeah, big game. Yeah. Big one. Wayne, it felt really good probably for them to win that one.
Yeah. Now they make the trek back to St. Kai, so we'll be there for that in FL1. As you mentioned, we'll be back up here with you guys again Friday night next week for Wayne at Palmac Boys, and then also the Upstate Hoops podcast, special time on this Monday coming up at 10 a.m., so make sure to stay tuned for that. Any parting shots you're doing before we get out here for the night?
Just for my crew, on camera, Zoe Kaczynski, Dylan Keenan, and then behind me here, my student director, Hunter Lee, and on the technical side, David P., and as always, supervisor, Kevin Schlegel.
Appreciate the crew here as always. Excellent job by you guys. It really is a treat being able to come up here and work with you guys. You guys certainly, I'd say, punch above the weight class of being high schoolers.
Oh, yeah.
So appreciate you, Dylan, as always. So for Dylan Gilmore and everybody here at Palmac behind the scenes and everybody at Finger Lakes 1, Paul Russo signing off your final once again. Palmac 59, Midlakes 38. Until next week, we'll talk on everybody. Enjoy the weekend.